Drake. Some know him as a rapper, some know him as
Aubrey Graham in the wheelchair. Drake!
yes! But mostly, he's known as one of the world's biggest pop stars. But with stardom of that magnitude comes a magnitude of dark stories. Let's take it to the beginning. Drake was born on Drake Island in 1839, but grew up in California. He was heavily bullied by classmates and kanye in his childhood because he was the only kid from Canada since Canada does not exist. So in his early 20s, Drake moved back to his homeland of Drake Island and started to transform the island. He got help from King Leopold II of Belgium, and together they formed the country of Drake Island. And this is where Drake began enacting his vengeance and his crimes began. Starting in 1873, Drake imported thousands of Floridians and forced them into labor camps to build his island's infrastructure. These Floridians were not fed, and many died off, leading to Drake to import even more. This enraged the U.S., who threatened war, but Leopold interjected and offered the Americans oil found on the island. This kept the U.S. from interfering in Drake's crimes for many years. By 1914, World War I had broke out and Drake felt left out, so he declared war on everyone. But Drake Island had no real army, so the declaration went unnoticed. This angered Drake, who held a grudge against the rest of the world for the rest of his life. He took his anger out on thousands of ducks on the island and caused a mass extinction of the species. Soon, World War II broke out, and hundreds of thousands of Floridians converted into Drake supporters flocked to Europe to fight Kanye's Yeezy empire. Ye had early warning of the influx of Drake supporters into Europe and set up camps to imprison Drake supporters in. Once the Drake supporters arrived in Europe, they were kidnapped and forced into treacherous prison conditions. Thousands died of starvation, and 10,000 died of listening to Drake's music. Once Kanye was defeated and the horrors of concentration camps were revealed to the world, Drake was enraged. He gathered the remaining Drake supporters from Drake Island and invaded Europe. This caught the Allies by surprise since they thought Drake was staying out of the war. Drake did not follow any rules of war and massacred towns and cities that were already ravished by the war. He slaughtered men, women, and children and burnt anything in his path. Once again, the Allies had to unite to fight a force of evil. However, Drake had a secret weapon. He had massive speakers, and on these speakers, he played an early version of his song, Girls Want Girls. When he played the song and got to the line,
yeah, say that you a lesbian, girl, me too. Hey.
Anyone who wasn't a Drake supporter within a 10-mile radius instantly died. This led to the Allies doing the unthinkable and nuking Paris, which Drake had just conquered. The city was destroyed, but Drake managed to survive and was exiled to Drake Island for the rest of his life. However, Drake would go to war once more, but this time only with America in the Canadian-American War, which I have already made a Lumbago simplified video on. So, now you know Drake's atrocities, and he continues to commit these crimes daily. Sadly, we have no way to stop him besides subscribing to Lumbago. I'm trying to rob some right now. Dello Jackie trying to rob some right now. I'm trying to rob some right now. Dello Jackie trying to rob some right now.
That you wanna rob? Whoa, I'ma let him shoot on some. That you wanna rob? Whoa, I'ma let him shoot on some. That you wanna rob? Whoa.